What is going on, guys? I appreciate your patience as I was taking some time to get my sleep schedule and my stuff figured out, but we are back with some videos. Today there should be 3 videos. I hope I can get them all uploaded today. This first one, though, is going to be a quick overview of all of the top farm systems in this franchise. We are not going to dive too deep, just going to have a quick video so you guys can see kind of what I see. I went through everybody's rosters, made a list of everybody's players that are A potential, B potential, and are decently young. If they're a 28-year-old B potential, I don't care. They're not a prospect to me, even though in theory they might still be. To me, they're not. So what I did again is I made a list, and we are going to start from the bottom up. Okay, we are going to start from the bottom up. Number 30 is going to be the New York Mets. They were dead last. They have one player in the top 50, or the top 50 prospects, and they just don't have anybody else. They just don't have anybody. They got Robert Puason here. Puason, that's funny. Reese McGuire, who is a top prospect but is not in the top 50, and then about 5 B potentials. That is it. That is it. So not a lot for the Mets. Pretty dead farm system. Something they definitely need to work on. Number 29 is we're gonna move over to the AL Central. And it's gonna be the Cleveland Indians. They do not have anybody in the top 50. They do have 2 A potential young players here. Clint Frazier I didn't count, as you'll see, because he has already played. I'm not hypothetically going by the actual rookie standards, just actual prospects in my eyes, and Clint Frazier is not one, even though he's on AA. So they have Sean Murphy, they have Jahmai Jones, both A potentials. Then they're looking through some B potentials here. Nothing super crazy. Northwest Brook, Faedo, Sheriff Suggs, Forrest, Andrews, and some other decent B potentials, but again, just not there. 28, if I'm going the correct way, is going to be the Boston Red Sox. They have one guy in the top 50 that's Mackenzie Gore. Tristan McKenzie's up there against John here. Is 25, but I did count him because he is super high. CJ Myers there. CD Pelham, King Healy's on this team as well. Verdugo, but just not a giant list for Boston. 27 is gonna be the Miami Marlins. One guy in the top 50, that is Kevin Shepard. No other A potentials. A handful of B potentials. That doesn't give him a ton of points, unfortunately. Definitely some good players, though. Richie Martin, McToodle, which is a blacker gamer. Muhammad Yoshi, straight to the majors. Kyler Murray. So there's definitely some guys, but it's just not a ton. 25th on the list, we are going with the Cincinnati Reds. They have a cap right there. Hokies roll just 59 overall, and he's already in the bigs. Don't know if that's going to last. They do have a couple other A potentials that are technically prospects. Justin Dunn and Kevin Maitan. A handful of B potentials here. Nick Z, Tavares, Brennan, Tokuzato, Greg Tonks, but that is about it. Tied with the Reds, in my eyes, are the Los Angeles Dodgers. Nobody in the top 50. They do have Kyle Setzer here, which is one of the caps. Then we go down to Luis Robert, Dustin May, Sino Perez, Corey Whiteside, which is a prospect as well. LaFramboise, which is a prospect, but he was a real-life player, just saying. Yeah, so not a lot from Boston. Moving on, 23rd is another tie, and that is going to be between the Pittsburgh Pirates, who has Justice Sheffield, who was technically a prospect. He didn't pitch enough last year when he was with the Yankees in real life. And then a handful of other B potentials. I mean, J.P. Crawford, again, is an A, but he's played before. So I didn't really count him. Daeho Lee, Jeff Hoffman, Andres Jimenez, Tavares, Velasquez, Fluffy. So definitely some pieces, but not a ton. Tied with Pittsburgh, I'm putting the San Francisco Giants. They do have two guys in the top 50. That is Tukey, and that is Daddy Dimmu. Other than that, they have some. They have a decent amount of caps. They have Michael Nutter. They have Jepson. They have real life Whitley. Outside of that, they just don't have a ton of top names, which is why they're so low. Top end, they have some really good players, but they don't have depth in their farm system, and that's why they are sitting at 23rd. 22nd, we're going to go with the Philadelphia Phillies. They have one guy in the top 50 that is Christian, which is right here. Do have some other top ones. Real life Brady Singer. Michelle? I didn't know how you pronounce that. Baez. They got Baca, which is a cap. They got Cal Quintrill, which is real. Brennan Plant, which is a cap. Donald Burgo, which is a cap. And then some decent B potential. Sam Hastings, I believe, is a cap as well. He's already in the major leagues. We'll see how long that lasts at 64, but decent from Philly, but still on the bottom third of the farm system. Right above Philly, 21st, we're going to go back to the AL Central, and we are going to take... oh my god, I passed them. Chicago White Sox. Nobody in the top 50, but they have a decent handful of A potential guys. McMahon has already played, doesn't count. Zach Grant has already played, even though he's still rookie potential. I don't count him. Josh Lawton, Hans, Ronaldo Hernandez, Eric Pardinho. Some decent B potentials. Jen Ho's high up there. 40 ounces, which is straight to the major leagues. Rusty Atlas. So some decent pieces. Still the bottom third. Now we are going to head to... oh my god. I'm really bad at this. To the Bronx. And they have one guy in the top 50, and that is Jose Rivera, which is Jose, a.k.a. Blanco on Twitch. He will land at number 21 overall. Some good A potentials here. Nolan Gorman, Helio Ramos, both real. Miles Straw, I believe, is real as well. Velicer, which is not real. He is a cap. 71 B potential, 18-year-old. Then you're looking at Teeker, which is another B potential. Ned Buttercup, another young B potential. So some good top-end pieces, but not super in-depth for the Yankees. That is the exact same thing that is happening with the Houston Astros, who is tied for 19th with the Yankees. Nobody in the top 50, but they have Griffin Canning. Rio Ruiz, D. Rico, Drew Waters, Riley Pint, Nicholas Thompson, Sam Carlson is up there and young. So some pieces, but still in the bottom half. Now we are looking at number 18, and that is going to be, I believe. Yes, the Los Angeles Angels. They have Nick Senzel. They have Royce Lewis, both in the top 50. Then you're looking at Taylor Widener. Then you're looking at a couple caps. You're looking at Jason Cuddles. You're looking at Joe Christensen, both B potentials, and very, very young. Andrew Edenton, same situation. So a decent top half, about 5 or 6 really, really good prospects for the Angels. We are staying in the division as to my team, the one that I'm going to be controlling, and that is the Seattle Mariners. I put us 17th overall. We do have 2 guys in the top 50. That is Dennis Schwent, which is Banff, and Joey Bart, which is right there. 66 overall. Number 47 overall. Then we have some A's, some other A potentials. We have real life Jonathan India, real life Chance Adams. Then we actually do have a decent amount of caps. Ben Raines, Max Scherzer Jr. We have Don Kelly. We have Soderski, which is right here. We have real life Seth Beer and George Valera as well. is also on this list. So decent for Seattle. Definitely puts them at still the bottom half, though. There's much better teams prospect-wise. So now we are going to go to the top half of the top farm systems. And we're, top half of the farm systems. All right, and we are heading to the nation's capital and going to Washington, who has one top prospect. That is Jo Adell. Kybert Ruiz is also up there as well. Keston Hiaru, which is up there as well. Huge for Washington. Then we're looking at a decent amount of caps. I think there's 6 caps on this squad, which is crazy. Rubio Rod, Stephen Huffman, Joe Thornton, right hand. They have Tyler Glass now as well. Bryce Skinner's another cap. And Angel Guerrero is another cap. So as you know, not including Luis Garcia, just a lot of beat potential for Washington. It's crazy that this farm system is still the middle of the pack. Tied with Washington. We're actually staying in the National League, and we are going to the Cubbies. They have 2 guys in the top 20. That's Casey Mize and Colton Welker. Following behind them, Miguel Amaya, Luis Garcia, Shea Paulo, which is a cap. You're looking at Alex Worth and Sidney Levi, who is definitely a cap as well. As is Coco Cookie, Norimoto, 28-year-old, 77 B potential rookie in his first year. A lot of B potentials for the Cubs. They have quantity over quality, which is why they are where they are. Number 13, we're staying in the National League as well, and we are going to Arizona. They have one guy in the top 50. That is Kent Murphy. That is a cap. He is number 8 overall. Couple more A potentials for them. They have Julio Pablo Martinez, Shane McClanahan, Jared Kelnick, Brendan Davis. To start off the B potentials, they have Sam Forte, Chandler Howard, Harry Bonds, which is a cap. They have Chris Mills, which is a cap, which is Mills Gaming. Garrett Whitley, Bo Burrows, Hudson Potts, Jalen Ramsey, which is another really good cap. DJ Peters, just a lot of depth in the Arizona farm system. Should be good. Tied with them, though, we are going to go to the AL Central, and that is to Kansas City, who lands tied for 13th as well. They have one guy in the top, and that is Pete Alonso. He has yet to play a game in this year, which is why he is still a prospect, and I'm counting him. They have Nico Horner as well. Then you're going down the list here and looking at Cornball Billy, Pedro Antonio, a little Jeb Randall, Taylor Serenity, the hair. Randall and the hair connection is legit on this squad. So not bad from Kansas City. We're going all the way back to the NL Central again, and we are going to the Arch and going to St. Louis. 3 guys in the top 50. Kevin Jernson, Hunter Green, Jamie LaFontaine. Very top-end prospect here. Throw in there Alex Kirilloff. Then we're looking at a handful of B potentials. You're looking at Westy TV. You're looking at DJ Drew. You're looking at Josh Naylor. Just a bunch of Devin Lauder's another one. A lot of high-end B potential here for the St. Louis Cardinals, which is why they land at number 12. At number 11, we are going to go right here to Tampa Bay. They have I'm just kidding. They have one guy in the top 50. That is Franklin Perez. And 4 other A potential guys. That is Colby Allard. That is Travis Swaggerty. That is Jason Dominguez, and they also have Gavin Cecchini. Wish I knew how to say that name. And then a bunch of B potentials, man. Garrett Overton, Dylan Conroy, you got Rowdy, Caleb Ferguson, Shed Long. Just a ton, man. Madero, Bostic, Garcia, Nevin, all super young, all in single A, all working their way up. We go to the top 10. Number 10 is going to be the San Diego Padres. They land on this list with two guys in the top 50. That is a real-life Nick Madrigal and real-life, where is he? Chris Paddock, who's killing it this year in real life. On top of that, they're coming with 3 top A potentials. That is Australia Isn't Real, Adrian Morajan, and Estevan Florial, who was 21 years old. On top of that, they're looking at Taylor right there as a B potential, Cedric Molant, Armand Wyatt, Valera, Miguel Gomez, Wallach, Denneberg, Gage Woodworth, J-Rod Nelson, more caps, Josiah Gray, Nick Gordon, a ton of B potentials for the San Diego Padres. Number 9 is going to be the Minnesota Twins. They have 2 guys in the top 50. That is going to be Bo Bichette and Sixto Sanchez. But as we keep going, there's just more and more. Liberator, A potential. Jay Garoom, A potential. Grayson Rodriguez. De Los Santos is a B. Grant Roussel is a B. Did I count Jonathan Davis? I think I counted Jonathan Davis because he's 67. I probably shouldn't have counted him because he's 26, but it is what it is. It wouldn't have dropped him too much. Bo Blackie, which is another B, or another one. 71, 18-year-old Santa Claus, obviously a cap. We'll go straight to the majors. Ryan Rollison, John Diaz, Vientos, De La Cruz, Bradley, Grenier, Sanchez. Just high-end A potential and B potential to boot. We are staying within the division for number 8, and we are landing on the Detroit Tigers. 2 guys in the top 6, Eloy and Kopech. Then we continue to go, obviously, all these guys right here. A potential Chief Dick, A potential Ian Anderson, A potential Dornak, A potential Chisholm, and A potential DL Hall. So 7 guys that are in the top section of potential, which is huge. Then they still have a decent B potential section here. Corey Ray, Chillin Dillon, Jerron Kendall, Jordan Williams, and Wild Thing, just to go with all their A's, but they're still 8th overall. 7th overall, we go to my division. And we are going to the worst stadium in baseball. That's going to be the Oakland Athletics. They have 4 guys in the top 50. Brendan Rodgers, James Majera, Dylan Cease, and Cap Manny Ramirez. Still A potential guys, though. Still A as we keep going. They have Parker Meadows. They have Ryan Mountcastle, which was, I believe, up. Where's Mount? Oh, there he is, right there. Ryan Mountcastle. As we keep going, we got some B. Stevenson, Alford, Joey Wentz, Creed Morey, a 70 overall, 18 B potential. Wenzel Perez, you're looking at Jason Schroeder, Tyler Stevenson, Seth Romero, Steele Walker, Luis Escobar, Anthony Siegler, Apostle, Deshaun Knowles. A ton of talent in the minors for Oakland. We do have a tie for top 5, and that is the Milwaukee Brewers, who will hold one of those spots. 2 guys here, Austin Riley and Joshua Steele. There's Joshua Steele. There is Austin Riley. As we keep going, we see AJ Puck. We see Bruzdar, Gratterl. We see a Red Dogman as well, O'Neal Cruz, Diving into the B potentials, Cole, Bryce Wilson, Pizza Tuts, Sandy Baez, Christian Robinson, Bryce Terang, Griffin Conine. The majority of that is because of the A potentials and the top 50 for Milwaukee. Tied with Milwaukee is the Baltimore Orioles. 3 guys in the top 50. That's Lord PBR, Luis Urias, and Carter for Baltimore. 5 other A potentials to be on that list. Meatball Mike, Matt Manning, Cole Winn, Gavin Lux. I think I may have doubled that up. They probably should have dropped to 6. I think I put Urias twice. But it is what it is. Still a ton of top potential. Luciano. We got Luis Ortiz there. Dustin Peterson, Josh Rogers, Nathaniel Lowe, Paredes, Blaine Enlow, Tristan Beck, Domingo. Just a ton of B potential. Number 4 overall, we are going to Toronto. 2 prospects, both in the top 4. That is real life of Vladimir Guerrero and Bergen Shampoo, who is number 4 overall. Keep going. I mean, they have young Ozzy Albies. Obviously, he's not a prospect. Ian Happ, same thing. Mejia, same thing. Sorry, guys. Diaz, Alec Hansen, Michael Chavis, Ryan Weathers, Nate Pearson. The interesting thing that I'd like to point out here, as we keep going down the B potentials, Matt Hall, Braden Bishop, they do have the creative player, Vladdy Jr. as well. So Vlad Guerrero Jr. and Vladdy Jr. both made it onto Toronto, which is pretty impressive. Nice and lucky for them. A lot of B potentials, though. Jason Cuero, Dylan Covey, Seth Elledge, just a ton for Toronto. Puts them in the top 4. These other 3 teams are just far and away above anybody else. Number 3, we are looking at the Colorado Rockies, who have 3 guys in the top 50. That is Kyle Wright, that is Juan Gonzalez, and that is Taylor Trammell. As we keep going, Hunter Harvey, A potential. Toxic Predator, A potential. Cabrian Hayes, A potential. Brad Keg, A potential. Yordan Alvarez, A potential. Ethan Hankins, A potential. Just nuts, man. Dakota Hudson, B. Kevin Kramer, B. Stock Zen, B. Just super high end. Joey Gerber. It honestly just continues. They have Kyle Lewis as well. Blake Rutherford, Lewis Horb, Ginger Sampson. A bunch of 22 and younger B potential guys. There's Blake Rutherford. There's Lewis Thorpe. There's Ginger. There's Sanchez, Castellani, and Brandon Marsh. A team to be reckoned with, that is for sure. That leaves 2 teams. Number 2 is going to be the Texas Rangers. 3 guys in the top 50. Fernando Tatis Jr., Mitch Keller, and Blake Frush is all in the top 50. But there is more than that. On top of having Soto and Soto, Robles is also there. Carson Fulmer, Austin Meadows, Kikuchi is also a Ranger. Has not played a game in this year, so he is a rookie. Bodog Compton, Donis Medina, Luis Patino, Shane Baz, Alec Boehm, Nolan Jones, Javi Guerra, Fast Edda, which is a cab. Bubba Thompson we're looking at. Jugsy Siegel, David Peterson, Sierra. Just a ton of top A potential talent. Texas is going to be tough. I don't like that they're in my division. That kind of sucks. But that does lead us to the number 1 team on farm systems, and that is the Atlanta Braves. 6 players in the top 50. That is Brendan McKay, Harry Potter, JB, Bartolo Cologne, which is my cap, Jesus Lazardo, and Petey Dawson. Luckily for Atlanta, it does not stop there. They still have Logan Allen, Wander Franco, Victor Mesa, Jackson Kowar, Conrad Snow, Garrett Swanson, Comexity Truffins, Manny Acosta, all high-end B potential. Campusano, Gabriel, so much B potential. Trey Riley, just insane. So the Braves have 10 players with A potential that are all young. Definitely the number one team in the farm system. That may have gone a little bit longer than what I anticipated, guys. I apologize. Feel free to skip ahead. But that gives you more of an in-depth look at the rosters, the prospects, and how teams will should fill out and continue in 2, 3, 4 years be better. So if the team you're on aren't a big fan of, maybe your team has a lot of prospects. I'm not sure. But guys, thanks so much. I know that video definitely took too long. But I'm glad I did it. I'm glad you guys kind of see a little more. Let me know what you think in the comments. Teams you're excited about, teams you're not excited about. Maybe some of your opinions as well. Guys, I appreciate you. Have a wonderful day. Video 1 of 3 today. Thank you for your patience. I love you guys. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. And we'll see you a little bit later today.